Hey everybody, Glitch Reaper here, aka the original card game for the win, and I didn't think I'd be doing something like this on a Monday. But seeing how I used to be doing something like this on a Wednesday, I guess it's kind of fitting. Thing is, I'm having a little bit of a technical issue with my Curse Forge, so I'm not going to be doing my usual Monday magic thing, so I'm going to just go for a nice Garruk-based brawl. Because why not? I mean, it's still perfectly fine. I can brawl anytime I'd like. I don't have to wait for Wednesday anymore, which is kind of nice, actually. That used to be an interesting time. When they always had brawl on Wednesday. And now, it's brawl anytime you'd like. It doesn't count for your, it doesn't count for your rank. There is no brawl rank, as far as I know. There is, however, of course, the fact it counts towards quests, wins for the day, stuff like that. Oh, they're playing a Turgid deck? This could be interesting. It'd be my first encounter with one of the, with a commander from Kaldheim. Of course, gods being commanders is particularly appropriate in more than one way. Partially because any legendary creature qualifies. Okay, we have a Liliana. I have food. Not gonna pass that immediately, so I'm just gonna stand here for a moment and see if I get some more land. Target discards a card. I suppose I won't be baking you into a pie. I mean, the creature's gone, so it's not like I can really target it anyhow. The one thing I'd like to do is to get this emblem from Garruk Unleashed. I would like to do that at some point, just because I've been hunting emblems for a long time, and why not? Also, kind of a special bit of information. I do still play, oh dear. That is nasty. Let's see if I can give them a little bit of a conundrum, because that will officially get stronger the more creatures I discard. Yeah. So if you cause me to discard stuff, it's going to get really weird. Okay, we have a Valkyrie. Vengeful Reaper, Flying Death Touch and Haste. Okay, and also suddenly seems to have lifelink, because unexpected things. So that happened. Well, why not? I will pay 1. I will sack you. I will put in my cat. That goes immediately on. Thank you, the lovely cat, for not being banned in Brawl. Oh, we have Turgid. Good, right. Okay, so you're making me throw away creatures. Remember, this is going to get stronger. Okay, Wolverax. You're going to immediately power up my Fiend Artisan. Oh yeah, that's right, it goes over there because of that one. So I can't really sack as much. I have to wait until I can power something up. Again, new stuff. course, I can also munch a bit of food. What was that one? Shadow's Verdict. Yeah, I missed a lot of the times that we had access to Zendikar Rising. I will munch a bit. Don't mind me, I'm just having a meal. I've seen some funny mistakes, but oh my gosh, that one was just hilarious. Oh gosh, they forgot to count. Oh. They forgot to count. That is positively hilarious. I know that I'm not gonna win this particular run, but admittedly they made me laugh, so it's good for that. Let's just put it that way. They are good for making me laugh, because that was stupendously funny. I mean, that was just absolutely hilarious. God, it's gonna be a while before I get over that one. They got my Garruk.
Farmer fertilizes crops. You're gonna feed the forest.
Now, I think I considered it a rule that if someone took a planeswalker from me, or whether it be the computer or a player, and then actually earned the emblem from it, it was the same as me earning it. Because it's my planeswalker. So, but they didn't go for that, they just finished things afterwards, so they weren't going for the I actually want an emblem win. They just did it because it was something to play, to use that card. And sometimes that's the thing, and you gotta remember people are doing quests. Like maybe they have to cast so many black spells, so they just wanted to cast an extra one, even though they already technically had the win. And that's one thing, I really don't like it when people nope out, because it's total disrespect for someone trying to get their quests in. I mean, it is just a horrible act of cowardice to also try to just spite somebody their quests by doing that. And sure, someone might be done with their quests already, but at the same time, how do you know? It's not like you're on Discord with every last person trying to inquire, like, hey, have you got your quest done yet? No, it doesn't work that way. Oh, they say hello, I'll say hello. Usually I say hello with the first attack. But, the first decent attack anyhow. Oh, yeah, definitely goodness. I'm not gonna kick you, I'm just gonna use it. You're gonna be a quickie out life linker. You're a thirsty bat. I could have waited a bit, but ticker cost is a bit high. Because it would be nice if I had it, yeah, but they have definitely enough cards in hand. Yeah, this one has lifelink, it doesn't have death touch. But I will get to bake it into a pie. Gargoyle pie. There's an interesting new one. Lithoform Blight. Okay. I mean, it's a thing they can do. You're a pie now. Artful provocateur. Provocateur. Been a while. Lips. At least, for them, I haven't been able to munch this yet, but I will. Well, because I can, why not? Problem is that's their commander, they can just keep going with it, so... Better run something over later. Also, to get this thing less expensive would be nice. So if I can keep that one going, that'll work. And then there's that. But that's only a... That won't stop me from playing the Great Hinge, though. For that matter, Questing Beast. Okay. Hello, Questing Beast. It's nice to see you again, Questing Beast. Next round, that means I'll be able to play the Great Hinge. You can't block the Questing Beast with something. And it has Vigilance. However, it does not have Reach, so they will fly right over it. Frogify. Aw, there goes my Great Hinge play. Still need to munch a few things to be able to get it up. Unless, of course, I draw another land. That would be nice. It was not a land. I think because of the format and some other decisions I made that this problem means I think I couldn't figure out how to get a companion on this deck because no condition actually happened to apply out of the ones, so yeah. Still munch that. Even if it doesn't give me some life, I can still munch. I have loose. I'll munch my own if I have to. There, that'll help out. Maybe I can take down that one. Care for a trade? Nope. Okay, fair enough. My goose is on the loose, and I have the ability to cast the Great Hinge. Okay, it doesn't have trample, so... Oh, light up. Yeah, it's that one. Okay. Oh, Hinge. So close, yet not hinge. It. Oh, I can actually attack. Well, we had a little more force power. Yeah, I'd forgotten about this particular enchantment. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But, protected for one turn by my brave goose. My goose was on the loose, but only for a few minutes. This deck can get some wins in Brawl. I'm trying to fill out a little bit of experience to get through this. So I'm going to go for a little while here. I mean, my other thing can't happen, so begin why not? I may have to call a friend to get some technical stuff worked out, but weird, like error message. Well, not too weird. I kind of understand where it's coming from, but how to solve it, that could get weird. So, therefore, I'm just doing some Magic Gathering while I can. Stuff happens. And if I just happen to get... If my Garruk just happens to get that info, that would be nice. Not necessarily the one that's on the front right now. The interesting choice to have the squirrel going for it. Extremely interesting. Oh, I do count the first attack also being with life drain. So, hello. Gonna fire area. You gotta blow your flames, little dragon. Of course, chase your tail. You know you want to. What's really funny is this spear is a pretty hard counter for that squirrel. Because he has indestructible. I can just remove that. Because Shadow Spear, even if you don't have it equipped, it allows you to still remove indestructible and hexproof from permanents your opponent's control for a turn. Okay, they have been the Fangbearer. Now, permanent should cause the player to have hexproof. It doesn't remove that from the player. Yeah, let him go through. Oh yeah, that's right. That'll be your first time ever seeing poison counters. See, I'll at least kill that thing. Finn has too much toughness for my poor little cat, unless I happen to get something else. But we'll see what other lands I get. Right now, my little familiar is standing alone. But a long time ago, poison counters were more of a thing. Like, a long time ago. It's been a long time since they've been in service. And there was a gap before that that was rather impressive. For the time even before that, they were still in service. But the old rule is that if any player has 10 or more poison counters, they... ruined my fun. I was going to just have one whack. So yeah, if they have 10 or more poison counters, they automatically lose the game. I mean, it mentions it on Fang the Finbearer. On Finn the Fangbearer. Fang the Finbearer. That's a hilarious one. I'm gonna remember doing that for a while. yeah, so he's got a serious Death Touch deck. Well, you'd think he'd have this guy as the commander. I mean, it just seems like a bit of a meh. I mean, this guy does not have Death Touch, so why make him the commander? I'm sure he's indestructible. Does he have a lot of things that give things Death Touch, I wonder? I'm wondering, what is up with that design? Does he not have... I mean, Finn the Fangbearer is even cheaper. I actually have a copy of that too, so I could do that kind of deck if I wanted to. But it's just... I don't see why he made the squirrel his commander. I mean, Finn the Fangbearer would have been a much better choice if you're going with a poison counter deck based on Death Touch, because like that's like his thing, is allowing Death Touch creatures to inflict poison counters. And it's not a small amount, it's 2 at a time. A lot of traditional things that could inflict poison counters did it 1 at a time, unless you were thinking that set where they had Infect, where they transformed their damage into poison counters when they hit players. They didn't deal like normal damage, like your life didn't go down, but you just got like a number of poison counters equal to how much damage they would have otherwise dealt. I forgot I put him in this deck. And this one has Iseka out of the tree. It's gonna be interesting. Hello. I do have Garruk Unleashed waiting for me here. Oh, how many times I've comboed my Skeletons. I did that in Magic Duels. I think it came out from the Innistrad set, from Shadows over Innistrad. Well, if you've got a god, you gotta have the Pantheon to go with it. Maybe I'll just hope for a land and be able to cast this a bit bigger. I mean, I can make it fairly large then. I mean, Deathless Knight's great, but... And Garruk Unleashed being really... Oh, they zapped it. Well, I still have my Gingerbread. Did you know this will die? It's fast. Like, really fast. I mean, he is the Gingerbread Man. I remember actually getting Vraska's, from Vraska, I think it was Vraska Golgari Queen. Yeah, Vraska Golgari Queen. I got her emblem, and then I actually had like just like 1 mana left on my turn, and while the enemy was tapped out, I got the emblem for it to be where if ever you have a creature that hits a player, that player automatically loses the game. I could do it that way, but I think I would rather unleash my giant stone coil serpent. So I will pay 4. I mean, it's not going to be the biggest creature or biggest time that I've had this thing powered up, but it is going to be cool. Prismatic Bridge is really powerful, and that really, oh my gosh, they actually got Vorinclex Monstrous Raider, darn lips, got Vorinclex Monstrous Raider as their random thing that they found out of their library. Man, they're lucky. And they have Narset. But the thing is, that really answered the question for me of if your commander is a bimodal card and paired with something that's not a creature, would you be able to play that out of it? So they just answered that question for me, because they just played Prismatic Bridge. So that's the other half of Iseka, God of the Tree. I mean, I've got to get tall as a beanstalk, if I've got issues with this. Yeah, do I go for them or do I go for Narset? I think I'll go for Narset. Finish her off later. Wow, they just let her just go down. Okay.
Alas,
That's fair.
I return to my training.
Wilds are primal and violent.
Wait, how does he have that much implemented?
Like 'em.
I mean, not
Nature
implemented.
is
How did he
mighty.
have that much?
And hungry.
Oh, it was a combo between boring clicks and that, because it's like whenever you put counters on a permanent, you get twice that many. So he started with twice that many. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that particular interaction. Because, I mean, they start with that many, so I guess whenever they come onto the battlefield, it counts it as being instantly added, and because it's added, it is doubled by this guy, so... So that's an interesting twist. I didn't know how that would work. So there we go. He's single color. But yeah, I've gotten that emblem myself several times in Brawl.
Victory is just another puzzle to be solved. One
This is giving me
spark
some interesting
lights a
ideas, because I
fire.
wasn't really thinking about the initial entry as counting as having them added on it. But I have done things like that myself before, in a way, where things just came with additional counters.
Stay on the trail.
But usually that's because they just entered the battlefield and something triggered that. It's not the same as it, like, saying it gets, like, double because it's added on. If that's the only one, then yeah, that means I go for another. Weakens that a bit. Oh, he went for the fight. That did burn a lot of his counters, though.
You cannot run or hide.
Breathe in.
Oh, yeah.
Exhale.
Oh, yeah, it does have that ability. Yeah, I thought it did. I thought it had an attack ability like that. Yeah, it's mastery too. That's it. I got that one myself. That was just random and awesome. Whenever I got Athreos the first time. But yeah, I suppose I could reserve a mythic rare for it. Because that allows me to play Garruk and get him to immediately get his emblem just like that guy did. So that was kind of an interesting idea to use. So I'll remember that one. This one has Magna Brazen Outlaw, so there's going to be some dwarves involved. Poisonous, but not the same poison. Well, I can at least have a quick peck and say hello. Oh, hi. I've hit you with my scorpion. 7 dwarves. Because the rule is that if they have something that specifically says that you can have more copies of something in a deck, then you can have more of them in a normally Brawl, Singleton, or Command Brawl. I mean, again, come on. The Scorpion is totally just a zing for that. They're gonna start blitzing a bit, but then I'll be able to resurrect a bit, Clack Bridge Troll, have a good time. Maybe. I mean, I'd like to play Meg right now. This is a very blitzy deck. I mean, theirs is very blitzy and involves a lot of dwarves. But yeah, you can tell just the fact that they have more than one on the field that it's a bit different because this is Brawl and you normally go kind of Singleton style. Oh, I thought I had another. Okay, never mind. Nito, help me out a bit. Can't stop that terrible. And it hit really fast with the Gold Span. That thing's ability to just, like, add extra damage pretty quick. I did not get the opportunity to play my Great Hinge. It was so close. So close. Maybe I should go to my other thing. It had a quicker set of wins, so if I want to grind out the wins, I might do that. This might just be a Brawl session for a while, and then I go to the other thing while I'm trying to grind out some wins, because I do have my my Dark Bloodlust deck that has Veto and Exquisite Blood several times, but as you could see, they had more than one of the 7 dwarves out on the field at the same time, so you could tell it was a special exception to the normal Brawl style rules, which are mostly Singleton. So you can just tell right there, illustration of how that works. But other than non-basic lands, I mean, other than basic lands, you can't have more than one copy of something in a Brawl deck, unless it specifically says so on the card. Like, you may have unlimited copies of this, or you may have up to this many. And in their case, it was up to 7, so there you go. This one's going to start out a lot like another one, except that I might be able to actually... we'll see, we'll see. Because I have a very gloomy bat that's waiting for them. Yeah, I wonder, could I possibly... would there be such a thing as a bat deck? I'm sorry, I cannot activate the kicker. You have some fun there. Wait, is this... okay, this isn't the same guy because he has Torpor. I was gonna say that'd be really weird if he was the exact same. But he is not. Taking a little lifelink. It definitely looks cool when you play it. Need to block at least a little bit this time. They have an extra door. Here's Corbin. There's a lot of dwarves here. He's gonna ramp up the damage. Because he gives him a little bonus. This would probably be the big man. Yeah, I thought so. I could do mental math. That one with the Enemy of Enlightenment, they could not do mental math. It just died instantly. Oh, again, that was so funny. I'm going to be entertained with that for the whole night, even if I don't get a win within the hour. I'm trying to compare and see how this goes modern times, because things have changed a bit since I was last playing, because again, I had that big gap due to technical issues. So, I don't know. Maybe this deck just doesn't stack up as much as it used to, but this thing was one mean machine. So, it was dangerously nasty back then. Especially when Throne of Eldraine was the primary set that they were going through. I very rapidly got enough to design this deck, and it became just this awesome concept that just popped all together. Interesting choice, Gigantha the Wellspring. I think I'll actually take a free mulligan. Yeah, this'll work. Speaking of things changing, I did get Torborax in. You do that while I distribute this. Hi. I hit you with a slightly insane skeleton. Regal and Leo. Very Leo. I have seen people targeting Toporax so hard. Like, just saying, this guy gets targeted by everybody. They really despise him for some reason. I mean, his power takes a while. I mean, I can see how you can ramp it up quickly with some deck styles, and even just casually. But I mean, seriously, that is a whole lot of anger I've seen directed at it. I mean, Toborax just gets struck with every kind of removal spell I've seen in the book. This is like, no, not this guy. I don't know the story behind it. I don't know if a lot of people have lost to him in the past, but they despise this guy. I see him as kind of a sleeper agent. Wait, just block a bit, wait for him to power up, and then start smashing things. But I see that taking some time. But I see people just so angry at Taborax. Oh, it's not Toborax, it's Taborax. The Dirge Bat. They did not have the power to mutate it. If they did, I'm pretty sure they would have targeted him specifically. Okay, I do not have anything to deal with that per se. I mean, I could just see if I sucker him into this a bit. I mean, I have Bastion of Remembrance, so it's not like they don't see what I'm doing here. I'm giving a classic danged if you do, danged if you don't scenario, because, like, every one of my creatures that dies will trigger this. And power him up. Hey, you didn't... I should have did the force thing first. I should have just popped that first and then a couple of those to make sure it did the right one. But oh well. Majestic. They're probably gonna target Tobrax. Tabrax. I just know it. Yep. I despise that guy with a passion. It's not even just because he, I mean, I'm gonna have my scavenging moves nibble him a bit. Because it can actually kind of do that trick too. It has vigilance, so we'll see. If I get myself another point of green, any mana, I'm going back. Gigantha. Hello, Gigantha. Well, I did say another point of mana. Feed the troll. This is the hunger and thirst deck. We need to feed the troll. Come on, feed the troll. Okay, this gives me a reason not to exile cards from my own graveyard. I don't think they realize the spirit of behind that you sacrifice the goats several times before you sacrifice your other creatures, so you feed the goats to the troll first. I don't think they figured how that one was supposed to work. Of course, now they're targeting the troll because it is, in fact, a very big, powerful troll. Do I want to nibble the troll or Fiend Artisan for the troll? Probably gonna take out the scavenging ooze. Yep. Because the scavenging ooze is just very dangerous. It's again a bit of a sleeper, but they figured it out eventually. The ooze was more their problem than Tabrax ever was. I gotta remember from now on, it's Tabrax, not Tobrax. It's Tabrax. It's a very agile skeleton. Sure, having my graveyard boosts my Fiend Artisan, but having it prevent non-flyers from really hitting is also nice. They unleashed the ultimatum. Well, wait a moment. I don't think that's supposed to be legal in this format. They changed the rules of Brawl. Because I don't think that's supposed to be legal in this format. It has colors that their commander didn't have. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up some news and see what's up with that, because I'm getting a distinct impression that that wasn't supposed to be there. So I'm going, what? You're not supposed to have any cards in your deck that have a color identity that is not in your commander. Although I suppose because Gigantha has an ability that allows for, well, every color, that it could be that if it has something that it does related to a color, that it can be in your deck, in which case all colors could be in their deck. I mean, they do have multiple forms of mana protection, and usually that rule goes that this is a mana type that your commander doesn't have, that it becomes colorless mana, but I don't think that's what's actually going on here. Because they do have that as well. And that's a white card. I think they seriously changed the rules of Brawl. Or am I just thinking Commander style? Because they may change the rules on both, actually. I am actually kind of puzzled here. I am wondering if there's been a major rule change that I was clearly not informed about. Powerful Beast. And the Mysterious Egg. Hi, little egg.
I am what they call me. A monster.
Thanks. Now, they've got flyers, so I wish to cut one up. I think I'm gonna just destroy it. Oh, the Great Hand.
Like you weren't fit to
do I have? I actually have enough to cast it, but I'm not gonna get the chance. They're probably not gonna attack Garruk at this point. Oh wow, the Eerie Ultimatum. Again, they must have really changed the rules of Brawl. Because you're not supposed to have any cards that don't share part of the color identity of your commander. But maybe they changed the rules of what color identity of your commander itself was. Or, period. Like,
remember, you reap what you sow.
of course I'm putting him in my command zone. But I think they redefined color identity because I know that they're redefining something else. And that's... yeah, Kaiju Elk. That's interesting. But they're redefining how a converted mana cost is to mana value. It means the same thing, but to a lot of people, maybe it'll be more intuitive. I don't know. It's just something new that's happening, and it's going to be out with the most recent set that's not even dropped yet at this time of me doing this, Strixhaven. But they're going to be calling it mana value from then on, and converted mana value is basically all the mana in its cost added up as just a pure number. So all the generic mana plus 1 point each for each mana symbol, and that's how it goes. But if it has X in the cost, then it must be considered as 0. So, for example, something with a casting cost of X, 2 generic, 2 white, and 2 blue would have a converted mana cost of 6, because the X doesn't count. But the 2 generic, 2 white, and 2 blue would each count. They have Command Tower, which is specifically meant for Commander format. I think because I think the reason why that was out in Throne of Eldraine was because they were bringing in Brawl style and a few others. Ah, it's been a while, Savage Gorger. Now we're getting to the hunger and thirst part of Hunger and Thirst, because here's a thirsty vampire. Having his meal. The replicating ring. Okay. And this is the part of Kaldheim that goes to some more obscure parts of Norse mythology, because Odin was said to possess a very special ring that every 9th day literally dripped rings of an insane value. And so he was just absurdly rich because he had this magic ring that was really just making him money. I don't know if he ever actually sold any though, because Odin was a god. What did he need with money? So it was kind of a bit like that. It's like, it was one of the most pointless artifacts in all of mythology. It's like, are you really concerned, Odin, with having a bloody fortune whenever you're a god, and therefore you don't have to concern yourself with the concept of mortal wealth? Like, seriously, it was just one of the most unusual things in mythology. I'm going, what is the point of having a ring that gives you money when you're a god? Like, it just really is. I just also noticed this person was using a second god of the tree. You can always see what someone's commander is if you know the artwork. I'm actually going to go with Revenge of Ravens next, to really start to constrict things. Because they are having bad luck, but I don't want a Resurgence because I'm trying to at least have some wins towards my weekly allowance of wins giving me experience. Because I want to get lots of packs of Kaldheim, and I also want to get the Black Lotus. Oh, they played the Prismatic Bridge. Good for them. Jorn got a winner. Okay, so it's gonna get very snow. Oh, great and powerful hinge. Let's do this thing. You know, I haven't actually used this ability before, but it would be nice. So, sack of food, they just used real life. I have never actually used the ability of that Tempting Witch before, despite how I've had it in this deck for so long. It's just like, seriously. It was just a bizarre coincidence. I haven't really been able to. And that thing's just going to keep adding counters until it performs the function of making a replicated ring, which will allow them to add additional mana. Like, in the replicated rings, there's going to be like 8 of them. Because that was part of the original myth, was that every 9th day it dripped 8 rings of tremendous value. Oh no, Luminous Dreamlight. Nice. I mean, that should have been a legendary and had artwork of Mothra. I believe it still had artwork of Mothra promotionally. It just didn't have legendary stats. I mean, we should have had something that was like the most beautiful moth in the world. I was thinking Deathless Knight, but I'd rather go Tall as a Beanstalk. Deathless Knight I know is going to be great because of the Great Hand. But, can I wait a turn for it? Yeah, I can totally wait a turn for it. That's a whole lot of counters. It's not the most I've had on a creature, but in fact, just a while back I had an insane amount on a Bloodthirsty Aerialist. It got nuts. it was like a 2020 creature by the time the fight ended. So it's like, seriously? A Thorn Mammoth. We have a very big mammoth. What are you aiming for? You're aiming for the Ginger Brute. Of course you know this means I'm throwing him at you as food. Massacre Worm. Yeah, those are very popular these days. Oh. I thought it was targeting my other thing. That's weird. I really thought it was targeting the other... Did that double up somehow? Because I really thought they were targeting my Ginger Brute. It would be very logical there. Very dangerous. Oh, whenever another creature... Okay, yeah, the other thing entered. Thorn Mammoth won't actually win this fight. But it will get some flying. I have some food now. Yeah, a lot of people forget that Revenge of Ravens is a thing, because it was quite a while ago big in Standard, but because like so many sets have been out after Throne of Eldraine, they kind of forgot this was back there. This or the other one? I think I will go with the Imp. I will go with the Knight. I will go with the Gilded Goose. Wow, I just keep getting things. That was an interesting round. Yeah. Deathless Knight, I'm gonna wait a little moment. Because I will Garruk you later. Well, I will Garruk something later. Or should I Questing Beast? Questing Beast would certainly take a chunk out. I need my Savvy Hunter to help out. Also, I need to munch it. Okay.
I just want to get in, get out, and finish the job.
Do I want to whack the Terror of the Peaks next, or the Thorn Mammoth? Because that is to any time, so definitely want to take out that one. My Goose is no longer on the loose. Massacre Worm has definitely been better than I thought it was. Shimmerdrift Veil. And now it seems callouts usually happen before something hits the battlefield.
It's the least you deserve.
They finally got rid of it. Yeah, it kind of has been. Ish. And it was kind of narrow, so yeah. I haven't got my win yet, so I'll probably keep going for a little while. So I really need to get that. That was a very close one, though. I almost got it. Now, if I'd had that thing to resurrect my witch at the right time, then I could have thrown another food at him and finished him off, but I did not draw that card. So no resurrection. But yeah, that answers my question. If your commander is basically 2 cards in one, and one's not a legendary creature or planeswalker, could you cast that from that slot? And the answer apparently is yes, because they've cast Prismatic Bridge from it. And that does have all colors in its association, so would it also count as the other thing in its colors? I'm wondering just how much they've reformatted Brawl over time, because I apparently missed some interesting notes. Put up my gingerbread cabin first. But yeah, Taborax, again, I'm gonna have to take a while to get used to the name being Taborax, not Taborax. I will be able to bake something into a pie, though. That's always nice. Now I've had gargoyle pie. Had all sorts of flavors over time. It's kind of an odd thing I've been doing, is just having various flavors of pie. It always makes the food token that looks like a pie. There's nothing I can click on? Looks so active. Why nothing that I can click on? The goose is now officially on the loose. Iseka God of the Tree is very popular just for this. Like, it really is. Because they have a land out that produces white, so they're clearly going to use it. Either that or it'll become colorless mana. But I'm pretty sure that they will. I mean, it gives them the ability to cast prismatic. Rolf Realm Eater. They have a rather large one here. Well, I can do something like that too. Wait, he doesn't have indestructible. Oh, I'm gonna have the Pie of Ragnarok. Oh my gosh. I really didn't think that that one would be the thing. I mean, he's modeled after Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. Did I say hello yet? I don't remember saying hello, so I'm saying hello. Interesting pie. Did I actually eat that gargoyle pie? I'm not sure. This goose is now even more on the loose. Or will it be? You have blue. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Okay, so I'll just attack you in general. That might pie after a while. Try and make him very thirsty. The replicating ring is back. This gets shiny. My Great Hinge is just waiting for me. Did you forget the cat can come back easily? I've officially munched that divine pie. It was a good pie. Prismatic Bridge. More than one way to give a cat lifelink.
Honor the past
Narset.
by bringing its traditions into the future. Many paths lie before me.
Okay, charging up. Wait, was this the one I dealt with before that had Iseka and Narset? It seems very interesting. Garruk next time, I'll just power up and put just
Foxes. I hunt.
yeah, there's a lot of Garruk going on. Oh, looks like a
Stay
special
on the
promo
trail.
art or something. 'Cause mine doesn't look like that, yet they're the same card. I mean, they're from the same set and everything.
To open the mind, you must first open the heart.
NASA? Seriously? Well, you can feasting troll can. Her banned. Like, universally banned. Maybe not in Brawl? Maybe just all sorts of other formats? But he got like a massive banning recently.
Stay on the trail.
Okay, we have a god card.
Breathe in. Exhale.
Just you two.
What they call me, a monster. We were born for the hunt.
This will get interesting. We have Garruk versus Kira.
We were born for the hunt.
Well, that thing could probably knock him out in one shot. Because I can't block it. It's got a very interesting way of being blocked.
Years of training have led to this moment.
Now they got an Arset's emblem. So they've achieved getting it at least once in their life. Again, I've got this one a lot of times, but that was back when things were a little different.
Next time, you're dead.
Wait a moment, I think there was another creature that could boost the amount of generic counters things have done. Look around for that one. Can still cast this. But there's something funnier I'd like to do. Just cause. This will thoroughly ruin their day. Okay, they did have a counter. Interesting choice. I do have some food to munch. And this to use. could have activated something extra special, but I'll just nibble it now. In the spirit dragon.
Without wisdom
Okay.
is the path of the fool.
Okay. It's a very interesting deck design they got going. Looks like it's still pretty much standard size, so they haven't changed the size of a Brawl deck. There's some things about color identity apparently, because that Gigantha deck, that was interesting. I mean, I can kind of see the fact that Prismatic Bridge being counted as part of Iseka would mean you'd be able to play all colors. But Gigantha, I mean, there was an ability involved with all colors, but still kind of an odd thing, because normally that wasn't how it was before. Pretty. I've been pondering grabbing this card because it's just that's a lot of definition for me.
You cannot run or hide.
But yeah, you can see why they knocked out that ooze, because I'd be exiling their creature cards quickly after that. And then munching and making my ooze enormous. Let me see. Can I block? I can only block some of these. Maybe 10, 14, 20. I'd still have plenty left. Can't take out Thassa because of Indestructible, but it'd be interesting if I could get Uro taken out.
Listen to the crickets.
Maybe I should just do that
That's
manually.
my kind of music.
Of course, that thing's unblockability will be very annoying. So let's just get taken out. Thank you. I got this one.
Looks like you're
okay.
not fit to survive.
For a mammoth. They actually got all the rings. All the replicated rings. We're gonna have a lot of mana. They just nuked each other. That was interesting. Haven't gotten as big of food combos as I have had in the past. But that's also just a bit of
I'll survive this.
That's at least a little more like it.
You cannot run or hide.
You got poop.
Consider this a warning.
They... Oh, the Realm Cloak Giant. Yeah, that's what they did. They got this thing into play. It's humongous. I mean, it's a giant so big that you're literally shaking off the landscape, using it as a cloak. And, well, it looks like we have Roman guns stand in here. Coma. They have Cog with a Titanate. What don't they have in this deck?
Enlightenment begins within.
Pay to win much? Because they have so many rare and mythics. It's like, yeah, they're definitely a pay to win. You just look at that. There's like nothing with a rarity level lower than uncommon on their side, except the things that are tokens, which are always considered to be common regardless of what they come from. So I'm pretty sure they were the pay-to-win crowd. You know, after this, I'll have some stuff to do regardless. I might just grind out my wins with another deck that's more reliable. I was wanting to just have some fun with Brawl and work out a few things with Garruk, but it looks like the landscape's really changed. I might want to consider another like major standard Brawl deck, and the rules themselves have seriously changed about that. So that's kind of crazy. I didn't really think of those. They specifically have Vorinclex as their commander. That's a bit of a different story. But I have my Gilded Goose. Honk. Honk for the goose. Yeah, thank you, Bastion of Remembrance. Do I want to... I want to make a food token later. Stockpile some mana. Oh, that thing's interesting. I searched that one fast. Because that's the advantage of going all green. Could Bognati, but I'd rather Questing Beast. Does have vigilance. That keeps that from being a bigger problem. And they get a little drained. I have a feeling my goose will be cooked after this. The Ozolith, classic. I forgot this on my deck too. It's not going to get bigger though, and I need that for... So I'll let that go through. see, that would be 4 into black overall. What the? Is that a Japanese version or something? I'm not sure. It has a weird text here. I'll go ahead and let this do a little extra level. Stockpile. For later. Now next transfer. Not as much as logging, but it does reduce it. Aha. I would take that too, so that would be interesting. I mean, that would be a good use of it, so. Just to take out that Essence Symbiote. If I'm gonna use my food token before I get to really use it. Oh, is there Animal Sanctuary going? Yeah, let's take it out. You had to struggle for that one.
Got a good head on those shoulders. For now.
Okay.
We are the apex predators.
I will take it. Vortex also penalizes them a bit, so.
You cannot run or hide.
And that. I wonder what Phyrexian pie tastes like. You're annoying. Become my pie. Be redeemed by the power of pie. Yeah, I'm eating you right now. Nom nom nom, Phyrexian prey.
You cannot run or hide.
Yeah. I have a bat. Okay, so that was indestructible because of Tier 8 Sanctuary.
The world of monsters. This is my paradigm. We will adapt to any threat.
You do know that I will use a ton of these dogs just to give him enough. In fact, a little more. Let's just make sure. Okay. He already had indestructible. Didn't protect him anymore. That was really awesome. Ah, I got that.
Now this is a hunting party.
Feasting Troll King. I'll just take a bite out of Vivian. Mmm, tasty. Sometimes the vampire bats have all the luck. Lotus Cobra, very interesting. Just block all that? Great hinge. Hinge me. Let's have an adventure. More food, please. Why not?
We were born for the hunt.
Yeah, that thing can still stop me because it has vigilance, so I can't Troll King immediately. I mean, I'd do a little damage to it, but still. I want to wait until I get a better shot. Okay. Yeah, I'll cast forever, yeah. Twisting Beast, Bog Nutty, Jigabrood, yeah, I'll take that next. Then my... oh, wait, Bog Nutty, not as much. You can stay back, Bog Nutty. Get to eat a food. points, please.
We were born for the hunt.
Okay, I only have one flyer that can really make it past here. This guy's good to throw in because I can keep regaining them. Same story here. Almost down. So I got my emblem. Probably get the ring really soon. I think they forgot the Bastion of Remembrance means they're gonna be drained right about now. So, good game. Last act of paying green towards their quests. So they must have really needed to play a green spell. if they knew it was going to finish them off. It's like, I'll play this, have it fight that. Oh wait, I'm gone. So, yeah, I can certainly say that's a thing. Now, it was a lot harder to win with that deck than it had been earlier, and I know I played Garruk on camera before, so I don't know. You might want to think about it. Is this really so much rougher than it was before with all the other kinds of designs that are possible now? Going after Garruk. I mean, this is a themed deck. It's hunger and thirst. So, about the hunt, about food, about thirst. So, yeah. So, it has a lot of very hungry vampires and lifelink things, as well as a lot of food tokens, and a few things that hunt, and I'm surprised some things did not come up this whole time. I did not play Renata, Call to the Hunt once. I'm pretty sure I got her in that deck still. She literally just not come up the whole time. Pretty sure I've got her in there. Because she's about hunting. Yeah, I do. I do have her in there. She just did not come up once. So, my major huntress just didn't show up. That's kind of a little disappointing. But I mean, it was a pretty interesting run. I feel a bit better now, but I am very curious about all these weird changes to Brawl that just seem out of place. Again, I can understand having a double card kind of count as everything is on both cards, even if something's not a creature, because you're supposed to have a legendary creature or planeswalker as your commander. You're not supposed to be able to have anything in your deck that is having a color in its color identity, if it has it, that your commander doesn't have, and you can play anything that's colorless regardless. But you can't have like an additional color identity. Like if your commander is green, and only green, you can't have something that has white in its casting cost. So that got a little weird. I'm going to have to look up how if they've like changed the rules on that, or if it has to do with the fact that whenever they played Gigantha, which was red and green because Gigantha's special ability had to do with all colors, if they count that as part of the color identity, even though the card itself would only be considered red and green, I'm gonna have to check that out a bit, because that seems just a little bit off to me. But anyhow, I'll be logging off for now, doing some other work off screen or other stuff. So hope to hear from you all later, and bye for now, everybody. And remember, MTG forever.